Good morning. Only thing is, it's not morning. It's like 1 in the afternoon. um, yeah, I woke up late today. It's been a weird, rough day. I even messed up making my eggs for breakfast. And so what happened? Well, last night I stayed up very late making art. I was up till like 6 in the morning, just not really making art for a project or working on things that I should. I just stayed up and played with Photoshop, and I didn't even save the files. I just drew and doodled till like 6 in the morning. I looked at some Flickr photos and shit like that. And I think it's important to say, I'm an artist and I just make art just because it's fun and I do irresponsible things even that I shouldn't. And paying for it today. Whew, feel just had like this worst headache. So I think something I want to talk about briefly is going and the fact that I look at like the source of information that I draw inspiration from and look at has changed a lot over the years. So it used to be, especially when I was going to school and like trying to get all my majors and really getting deep into sculpture, I was looking at, the artists that you're told that you're supposed to look at. And you're like, I was looking at like Marcel Duchamp and the traditional sculptors and, Dadaists and experimentalists and constructivists and, the situationists and all these art collectives and all these experimental movements. And now I don't look at them as much. I mean, I do, but I've read a lot of books. I've read all the books on Marcel Duchamp, but I still return to them. But I spend a lot of more time looking at non-canon art forms and a lot of contemporary art. Like, I watch a lot of YouTube now. I'm super interested in it, and I look at Flickr, and I think that it's definitely a huge become a part of my practice. And obviously, I mean, I'm starting a YouTube channel. I'm starting a podcast. But I think that I'm really interested in these contemporary art forms, and you don't really get to decide what is great and or like what's gonna be the thing of the future. Like um, I love getting to see like thousands and thousands of photographers work, and most of it's mediocre, most of it's crap, but occasionally you have like they do one photo shoot that's really great, or like you know you can see whole back catalogs of their whole contact sheets, and I don't know. For me, that's great, and then I just I can like spend all night doodling on my computer, and then not have to save it, so I don't have to worry about like all this paper lying around. It's great. So, packing for LA. Oh, so I'm going to LA in like 2 days. Like Thursday morning, and I need to pack because I mean I need to, but something to know about me is I'm notoriously a terrible, terrible packer. There was one time in 2015 when I spent a month in Baltimore and I literally lived for the entire month and I only packed 5 blue Hawaiian shirts. And so I just wore blue Hawaiian shirts every single day for a month. And I'm hoping that I always, every time I go somewhere, I like mess up. Which is ridiculous because I don't own anything. So I just take everything I own and put it all in one bag because it all fits there, but I still somehow screw it up. Um, so what do I, so when you pack as an artist, um, you know, I find that I have like 90% art supplies, 3% clothes, and like hygiene. And so I have in LA. I'm doing quite a few things. I have the book fair. I'm meeting with authors, meeting with other people, maybe meeting with some bookstores. And then I have a bunch of photo shoots for the rest of the week, like booked solid. Like I'm having like I'm getting picked up from the bookstore, like from the book fair, not even going to the after party, to be driven out of LA to do a shoot. And I'll be doing a shoot with Letty from Letty Does Stuff, and I believe her name is Susie from the Strawberry Butcher. They're both like really famous Instagram and Patreon and YouTube models. I think Letty has one of the highest, like, one of the most successful adult creators on Patreon, which is amazing. I'm gonna be doing work with Rachel May, who's flying out there with me, and so we're gonna be, doing collaborative shoots with all of them. And I have to pack all my photo stuff, all my book stuff, which I've been mailing out books like constantly. It's frustrating. I ordered a bunch of books for the fair that was in Miami this weekend. They still haven't arrived. They were supposed to be here a week ago, and they just still aren't here. Whatever. They'll just get here when I'm not here, and they'll just sit outside in the rain and whatever. So one thing that I'm doing this year as part of my personal practice, and it wasn't really something that I like made a conscious decision to do until it kind of felt like it was already one, but I'm pretty much only shooting film now. I have a digital camera, but I'm almost entirely shooting film. So I'm not even, this is my first ever trip where I'm just not going to bring a digital camera, and I have like some really big photo shoots lined up, where like, thousands of dollars are on the line, and I'm just gonna only shoot film. And I'm pretty nervous about it for a couple of reasons. I'm nervous that I'm gonna run out of film. I'm nervous that the lab is gonna mess it up as it is right now. I don't have a lab in LA that I trust. I've never gone to one. I actually still mail all my film to Pennsylvania, and the reality is nobody like really does film, scans it, or does it as good as I do. And I know that that's like such a dumb thing to say, but like I don't know. I'm a professionally trained colorist with a $200,000 degree in it. Like I went, and for me, I started out with film, and like I had already been shooting large format and scanning it on a Hasselblad drum scanner before I ever shot a digital camera. So like for years. And so like it actually feels and makes like darkroom printing I've been doing like longer than I've been doing digital, like taking digital photos at all, which I think is really rare for someone in my generation. And I also think, and I'm just, really geeky and really techy, and I love to like scan a photo and look at like the scan density and see all the little details and fix color correct. And if you haven't watched my color correcting tutorial on how to do that with cheap scans, definitely do that. It will help you a lot. So I'm bringing my cameras. I have a couple ones. I'm gonna bring camera bags. Unfortunately, whenever you fly with cameras, it's kind of a giant pain in the butt because you have to like you have to be able to take all your cameras out. And normally I only take one camera. I usually only take my digital camera. But I just this year bought a second film camera as a backup, and I'm a little worried because it's plastic. So I am like super rough to all of my equipment, and I just I buy like all metal, and then I just like slam everything into oblivion, and take it all around the world. And don't buy plastic because it'll break. It'll break. So I just recently got an amazing deal a couple months ago on a Canon EOS 3. So bringing that, I have my old-fashioned Canon EOS 620, which is like the first ever film camera. I have the EOS 3, which is like the eye control one. And it comes with a zoom lens, which I've never ever worked with a zoom lens except for like when I worked for a company shooting portraits, and I've never worked with autofocus aside from like a little point and shoot. So it's like crazy to me to have these technologies, but also very frustrating because I've been trying them out, and I'm definitely faster. Like, you know, if you shoot 100,000 photos with the lens, you're faster than autofocus. Um, at least I am. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like sound whatever, but like sound full of myself. But I'm definitely faster and definitely more accurate. And it's something that's like really frustrating with me because you have these zoom lenses and I just like the autofocus lenses and like you try and focus them by hand and they just don't look right or look good. Um, so I have a zoom lens there. I have my normal 50 millimeter. Which I finally got a lens cap on. It's not a Canon lens, but um, I have not had a lens cap with this for like 5 years. And if you can imagine the amount of dust and crap, you know, going to the desert, hiking in the mountains. I mean, I think I've hiked like backpacked maybe, I mean, at least 20,000, 30,000 miles with this camera. And I don't have like a camera bag. I own one. I never ever use it. I just throw it in my backpack, which, you know, literally has no padding at all. Or if it's a smaller trip, I'll take this little bag. Again, no padding. But I got these like traditional bags, and I'm gonna like try and put them in here and then put them in my backpack. I don't know. I'm also bringing a 35 millimeter lens. So I'll bring like 3 lenses. I feel like that's fine. I have other lenses, but you know, I don't want to take any more than that. I'm gonna bring a flash. I'm gonna bring a grade card. So most people who shoot film don't really care about color or about lighting. You know, these are pretty big clients, and so I'm gonna bring a grade card. And what it will allow me to do is get accurate color and good metering. You know, like a lot of times when I shoot in digital, I'm shooting in aperture priority, but here I'm probably going to be shooting in manual and I'm going to expose for the model, you know, put this in front of the model's face, get the light, like a real light meter reading, and make sure that the models look great. We're doing some really weird, really experimental stuff, and we're really going to like be pushing the film latitude of what film can do, and so I want to make sure that I'm not messing up technically. I'm gonna bring, I have this thing which is like the Grid-It organizer. I've been using it for about a year now. I love it, it's great. But in the back here I keep color filters, and I'm gonna bring some color filters just to put over top of the flash. I'm probably gonna have to buy new batteries. I don't know if you have to buy batteries every time that you. Oh look, there's batteries in there. I don't know if you have to buy batteries every time you fly. I think that you're not allowed to carry batteries, especially in a carry-on. You know, I'm definitely not gonna check this luggage. Oh my god. I'm gonna bring some lens wipes. I'll just bring a couple. I don't know. I got some film here. I got a couple rolls left of Portra 160. This was a birthday present that my mom got me. I have another box of Portra 160. I just got in the mail here yesterday. It's Portra. And now I'm thinking that I don't have enough film. Crap. So I'm probably going to have to order more film to my Airbnb or whatever in LA, because the worst thing that you do is you shoot all film, and I have like a lot of shoots lined up, and I'm just not going to have enough film. I have lots of like expired film sitting here, but it's all E6 slide film, and I love slide film. I actually prefer to shoot on it in every way. But since I won't be processing it myself, I won't be um, taking. I won't be using it because I'd have to like process it myself, then scan it myself. It's just not worth it. It would be like the amount I'm gonna shoot. It would take so much time, and I think that's something to talk about. As a professional artist, like I started out shooting very slow, large format, and then I moved to shooting, getting a couple hundred photos that I need ready for production, like ready out there in the world every single month, and so, if you go from, a couple, like at your own pace to maybe like you need 5,000 photos this year that are like portfolio ready, um, then you need to outsource things. And it doesn't make you a bad artist to think about those things and to do them. Other than that, I'm gonna bring some petty cash for the book fair. I'm gonna bring this stand here. I've been recording on my phone and this microphone, which I got actually at a podcasting event last month, and hopefully I have a book coming in. I'm supposed to get a bunch of packages. Mail just I don't know what it is, but like the mail just never arrives. It's like a thing where it's like every time that I need mail, it's just not here. So I was supposed to get yesterday a brand new book that I ordered. Michael Hyatt's new book about focusing. Maybe it'll help me. um, and yeah, I'd like to read that on the plane or something. I always try and make art every time that I'm travel, and I have this thing where I can't sleep on the plane. It's like a thing. I've done on 17-hour flights. I remember once like going home from Jordan was like 45 hours. Can't sleep. So last time when I was flying home from LA, I actually made a book, Cheese Balls the New Chic, and it was through all the photos that I took in LA. It was about, just about the feeling of feeling cool in LA because like Rachel and I were really dorks, like we're cheese balls, but we felt cool in LA, and so I think that this infectious energy that comes with being in LA, where like you're getting a cup of coffee at Starbucks and you just feel cool because you're getting a coffee in LA. And so I think, that was really what I wanted to capture, and it was just something fun that I did for myself. It hasn't sold well, but I don't care. I didn't make it for them. I only printed. I did it to try out a new printer, which I'd never done before, and I decided not to go with them. So I only have like 15 copies, 10 copies, and then that's it. Like, you guys, if you want to order it, it's definitely a collector's item. Because, I don't bring it to every fair, I don't show it everywhere. And I don't imagine that I'll be buying more when, like maybe I'll order more in a couple of years or something, but like when I run out, I'm definitely not gonna, stock up and make sure I have it because it's not a high seller. It's something that I made for myself to kill my boredom on the plane. And I think that that's something that you could talk about, as an artist is, like you have projects that you make with viewers in mind and then project that you make with yourself in mind. And I think that you can overanalyze yourself, constantly saying like, this is the art that I want to put out in the world. This is the art that I don't want to put out in the world. And there's definitely like a point of that where, you don't want to put out everything, but you should definitely put out like lots of stuff. Like, I'm not the best YouTube vlogger, but I'm gonna put this out there. So, definitely something to consider. I think that that's it. I think that's. Oh yeah. Oh wait. No, I have to pack clothes. That's a thing too. I have to pack clothes, and so I gotta pack clothes and I gotta pack books because I have 30 books and I ordered like 30 different books, and I ordered some books there that I was like, I'm gonna take some books from here and put them in my carry-on because they're really expensive to order new ones. But then I haven't gotten all that shipment in, and I sold out of some of the books. The other ones, maybe I won't pack today. I don't know. Anyway, Thanks for listening to me ramble. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm excited to share my trip to LA with you guys. I have a lot of awesome things planned. I might not do a lot of vlogging because I just have like every minute scheduled already going into it. And, I think that's when you work with other artists, that's when it becomes tricky. That's when when you have a schedule is whenever you're collaborating, whenever you have responsibilities to other people. So if you just want to make art, just never set those deadlines. But if you want to like be doing stuff all the time, then you collaborate. Anyway, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know if you're in LA and you want to meet me at the fair. Have a great day.